look down. There's a shark down here. Yes. Right in the sand. White tip reef shark. Oh, can you hear it? I can hear it. There he is, right there.
Yeah.
See a shark?
Down.
I see it. Right there.
I see it.
Yeah, I saw it. Well, how can we see it?
He's gonna flip it around. We're gonna see it on our side.
What do you guys think the ship was
We had to take everything out of it. Anything that was a contaminant had to be taken off. There's all kinds of things you had to do. I mean, we bought it for $1, but it cost about $300,000 to sink it with all the stuff we had to do. The masts were so tall we had to cut 20 feet off the tops of the mast, take off the square rigging. We had to clean the contaminants out. We even paid for somebody to tell us to sink it here. We didn't pick this spot. We were told we had to sink it here. Because it's shallow enough for scuba divers. That question about scuba divers, see, we're less than 100 feet now, and this is much safer for a scuba diver. And it was a sandy area where there's no coral already growing. You wouldn't want to break a healthy reef if it hits the bottom. Oh, and SpongeBob has a timeshare down here, so yeah, it's very popular.
See SpongeBob time?
Almost every day there will be divers out here. It's that popular.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In June of this last year, this boat was on the cover of Scuba Magazine as one of the top 100 sunken ships to dive in the world. On the bow, that line running directly up is a mooring line. There's a submerged ball about 12 feet under, and there's a line on that. And so when we come out here, first thing in the morning, somebody jumps in the water, grabs that submerged line and pulls it up, ties another ball on it so it floats on the surface. And looks like our lights are working. You can see we flipped on some lights.
What is it?
Now this school of fish is called blue line snapper ta'ape. It's an introduced fish to Hawaii. These yellowfish and blue lines are not here naturally. They were introduced in 1956 to create better commercial fishing. Problem is, where they came from in the South Pacific, they're 3 times this big. But here in Hawaii, they only get about 6 inches long. So they didn't know that their growth would be stunted in this reef system until they brought 1,000 of them up here and dropped them in the water. They didn't, back in the 1950s, they weren't experimenting before they made great leaps with all of that foreign species into another environment kind of thing. So we learned our lesson. Octopus is still out there in the middle, crawling around. Another eel straight down. This is a yellow margin moray. It's about 3 or 4 feet out. Now,
all right, there she is. Just spinning off those air ballast tanks. Just barely be floating.
Air ballast vents open, 1029. Last use XR wash. Here's the vertical thrusters.
Driving 2, vertical thrusters. Dive.
Pass your buoyancy check. Give clearance to dive. Using the vertical thrusters to push down. We always want to maintain a slight positive buoyancy for safety reasons. If all the power was to fail, we float up.
Roger. Your destination, South Reef, directly ashore of you, about a sublink. Switch to underwater telephone, have a great day.
Shore lane is going down and out.
Last thing to go under is the VHF radio antenna. Now she switched to underwater telephone communications, which just sends sound waves through the water.